Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a Dark Reaction. Season 2, episode 2, yeah. It's been like a week, again. Usually this is how this goes. But hopefully there won't be any construction noises in the background, and I'm not super tired because I haven't slept at all. So I'm fine. I took a nap before doing this. So yeah, I'm good. But yeah, so before we dive into the second episode, there are a couple of things I want to say. Most of them are forgotten. But one thing I want to say for sure that has been pointed out to me after previous episode went live on Patreon. So, apparently, okay, so I was told, hey, go back and check the opening, scene in episode 1. With the two guys just chiseling away, making the tunnels. Because there might be stuff you have missed there. And I was like, is there? Did I miss something there? Did I miss something obvious? So I went and checked, because I want to do that and then address what I missed. So to be fair, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just kind of skimmed through it. So maybe I missed something again, but I did pierce something together. And so I did notice two things that I didn't immediately notice. The first thing is that other man that was with Noah has, like, I said it on Patreon, but I don't remember exactly what I said. It was like, he has suspiciously similar features to another younger character we already know. And this is something that I actually kind of talked about previous episode a little bit in the review, which is everyone that we see across different times have had features similar to the younger or older versions of themselves. Like, that is how I called Mike and Conwell and Mikkel in a way. It was mostly the name, but in a way it makes sense because the hair. That is how I called Jonas and Mysterious Stranger, mostly the hair, then the eyes, and all that stuff. Also shock value. So a lot of the characters have looked similarly in one version and the other version across time. So this is one of the characters that, if I am right, he looks exactly like an older version of Bartosz. That man at the beginning of episode 1 that Noah murders looks a lot like what an old Bartosz would look like because of his facial features. He looks exactly the fucking same. So if that is the case, then my Bartosz Noah theory is immediately done. But there was the second thing that I noticed, which is a reinforcement of the first thing, is that this older man was like, so this is it, huh? It seems fitting that it would be you. Something like that. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Seems fitting it would be you. And that retroactively makes things like a lot better. Like that, because that makes you think Bartosz was recruited by older Noah, which we know. Now, if we see that is the future, then Bartosz was recruited into the sect, into the cult, and became this old man, and then he acted as his senpai, or like as his mentor to Noah, and then Noah grows up to kill him, and then he's like, well, that makes sense, like, you who recruited me knew all this time you were gonna murder me. Fuck you, Noah. Some shit like that. So that can be a thing. That is an almost confirmed theory that I didn't immediately notice, but when I went back to it, I noticed, because we have one thing that it's like, oh, that looks like him, and the second thing is like a confirmation of the first thing, so it's like, well, that's probably it. So I'm going hard on that one, but that's not even a theory, that's just like, I noticed those two things, that's probably what it is. And okay, then the question is, was this spoiled for me? And it's like, well, I was only told to go and check that, and then I pierced the things together. So I'm not sure if that counts as it, because it was someone pointing like, hey, clues are over there, and then I went and checked, and I pierced things together. So that could be a thing. The other thing I want to say that is not related to things that I've noticed or whatever, Maybe there was something, but I forgot. So, I didn't actually realize previous episode, but the so the new system that I'm using for recording these videos, you will see the subtitles with the episode, and for some people it might be annoying to see, like, because I am still doing the dub, but now you can see the subtitles where you didn't before, but now you do. And I always use subtitles. I always use subtitles even if I'm listening in the same language that the subtitles are in. That is usually what I do with every show that I watch. So it might be annoying for some people. And the first episode of the second season hasn't gone live on YouTube yet. It will go live when this goes live on Patreon. But it hasn't gone live on YouTube yet, and I'm thinking like immediately that there might be some people that are annoyed by that or are upset at that, and well, what are you gonna do? So the new system I'm using for the second season is just gonna have that, unless I don't watch it with subtitles on. But if that's the case, it's like it's more difficult for me because I always do use subtitles even if I am listening in the same language, because audio processing ain't very good. I'm better at just reading things. So that is the thing, and I've heard of people complaining, not in my videos yet, but people complaining, oh, the subtitles don't match the audio, and it's like, yes, because the subtitles are subtitles to the German version. Well, the audio is English, but it's different. Like, you get kind of the same dialogue, but it's different things. And in a way, I don't mind that, because in a way, I get to experience both. But yes, like I'm still gonna do it, but I felt like I needed to acknowledge it. Like, this is my preferred way of watching the show, with dub English and not accurate subtitles, because there are subtitles to the German version simultaneously. That is my favorite way to watch the show, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. So there you go. So we're gonna be doing that. And I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I mean, I guess I need to do like a recap of previous episode. Fuck. So previous episode, we did like a half-year time jump to 2020. Was it May? I think it was May 2020. May 21st, maybe? And in May 27, the apocalypse happens. Whatever the fuck the apocalypse is, I don't actually know. It hasn't really been explained to me yet. So I have said it's probably like, well, let's say the apocalypse. So when you say the apocalypse, that usually means the entire world, right? So I thought of like, well, maybe some shit like caught up in the atmosphere, some nuclear stuff, and it just wiped everything except for Ground Zero, which is Winden, because we see like people in Winden surviving. We see there's a lot of sign in multiple languages, so it's like, well, maybe a lot of people came to Winden because it's the only safe spot or something like that. So that's, yeah, but then there's the other thing of like, there are drones, and then there is like noise in the background of like fighting, like war happening. So I don't know what that is. That has been completely sandbagged, no answers to any of that shit. So maybe we'll get someone to explain that to us. But yeah, maybe we'll just see what that is about. But yeah, Jonas is in 2052. I was confused 52 and 53. Well, no, he's in 53 because the half a year time skip. So he should be in 53. Yeah, 53 to 2020. So yeah, whatever. We learned that the apocalypse happens in May 27, 2020. I think it was May, but it was the 27th. Maybe it was June. I'll see when we go into the episode. But they made very sure to actually tell us, hey, the apocalypse happened. This is the day it happens. And then they just went to that time and said like, okay, apocalypse happens in 6 days. Deal with it. And now we're just gonna see all of these characters deal with their own shit, and then everything's gonna blow up. And I actually didn't realize this, but as I was editing it, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I think I called that shit. I think I called that shit in season 1 that the nuclear plant was going to blow up and everyone's going to die or something like that. Because of something Martha said that I thought was like a meta way of referencing things that were going to happen, which I've been told the show does a lot. So I pay a lot of attention to shit like that, to throw away dialogue, which was Martha saying like, oh, it doesn't matter what family we're born into, we all die the same way. And that to me sounded like we're all gonna disintegrate in the explosion when the nukes happen. You know, some shit like that. So I was like, the nuclear plant is gonna blow up. And apparently that was the case. I thought it was like the black hole thing that older Jonas did, but that wasn't the case because the world kept moving for another 6 months, and then the nuclear plant seems to be the thing that's gonna blow up. Because at the end of the episode, Jonas, who in the future, in 2053, went into the nuclear facility, the nuclear plant, and he just heard some shit, and he went there, and he checked that shit out, and he found this giant morphing, not even a ball, it was just a mass of shit, of black gooey shit with like light blue energy inside of it, and it was just like ever morphing, ever changing, ever moving, and it was just floating there, and it was massive, and like, I saw that, and I was like, that shit's not safe. That shit's not safe. That radiation shoot your way, Jonas, is not enough for whatever the fuck that is. That is not good. That is the definition of not good. So I that to me tells me, okay, the nuclear plant is probably gonna blow up. Like, some shit's gonna happen, some kind of mistake, which is gonna cause that thing to happen, and that thing is gonna cause the world to blow up. Like, I don't know the specifics, but that is a pretty simple A to V to C that with the clues that have been given to us. So yeah, that's essentially what happened previous episode. We learned a couple minor detailed things, like for example, the dude with the police dude with missing one eye, I think. First of all, he had like an eye bandage, and now in this season he has like a glasses, but one of them is black glass, so it's like an eye patch. Which is like, it looks a little bit silly, but it's like, I like that actually. We also learned that what we learned is that he is siblings with the transgender hooker, which is an actual character now. And I'm like, you know what? Good job, transgender hooker, and upgrading from like a character with. We saw like 2 scenes in the first season, and they didn't matter a lot at all. And now you're in season 2. You're the sibling of this other dude. You have a last name. It's Waller. I don't know if you have a first name. I don't remember that. But I know that their last names is Waller. And we also learned that one of them for sure died in the explosion. Because we saw like tombstones in the future. So we know that Alexander died. We know that some Waller died. I'm not sure which one. Some of them. One of them. And some other dude that I don't recognize. Maybe it was the new investigator dude, because there's a new investigator taking over the case in the past. Doesn't matter, he's gonna die in 6 days, so fuck it. Yeah. What is the there was something I thought about like a minute ago and I forgot. Not even a minute, 20 seconds. Oh yeah, and as I was watching the episode, I was like, I wonder if anyone survived. And then bam, someone survived. And I feel like a dumbass for not realizing that. Because Elizabeth survived. Elizabeth is Francisca's younger sister, Charlotte's and Peter's daughter, the deaf mute kid. She's like 10 years old, something like that. She's very young. She's deaf mute. And in the future, we saw an old badass, like fucking wart scarred woman with like one blind eye, and she was deaf mute. And I saw that, and the reason why I felt so stupid is because I saw that, and in my brain I was like, that's funny. I felt like I've seen a deaf mute character recently in media. It's like, come on brain, clue in, you know? And then finally the show just stole me because that one was obvious. And it was like, okay, yeah, I'm a dumbass. But yeah, Elizabeth survived. I wonder if anyone else survived. That's what I want to know. I want to know if literally anyone else survived. And I want to see their older versions living in 2053. But like, the fact that we haven't seen anyone that has survived yet is probably like it probably tells me that no one did. Unless it's like, unless they survived and then they died, or they survived and then like they left town or some shit like that. They weren't looking for answers, whatever. You know, that could be a thing. Let's just go and watch the show. So yeah, all right, everyone. Dark season 2, episode 2. Yeah, let's go. What the? Whoa. Okay, you can stabilize it into a complete sphere. But what is that? Okay, so you can stabilize it for like a second. And then it dies. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the shit that allows time travel 32 years from now. Because we know that adult Jonas does time travel. How many days? 5. It's June. 5 days. Yeah. I was expecting this to happen. Just every day is gonna be a Alright, Mikkel.
But it's my mom's birthday.
The past is the past, you know.
And now is now.
The French delegation is visiting the plant this week. I can't make it today.
No problem. I'm not doing anything at all.
Regina!
I can do this more often.
Regina!
I heard you. Gretchen. Oh, and
Where did you find this little one?
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking weird. She looks exactly like Gretchen because she is.
There's something I really need to tell you about.
You have 5 days.
Hi, Grandpa. We going?
Whoa! Alright.
It's nothing.
Damn it, Egon! Are you putting time travel together again? 2? Because of the Ulrich thing? Because that man must have told you his name was Ulrich Nielsen or some shit like that. He did tell him like there's gonna be a song in '86 that you're not gonna like. That is Noah. Yes.
Coming?
Yep.
This fucking dude. Like that dude notices things for sure.
I have no idea what you're saying.
I followed you. I know where you got the cash.
So your first thought is that now I'm a prostitute? I don't sell my tits or my ass. I fucking sell hormone therapy prescriptions.
That makes
My father
sense.
used to pay for his visits with them. Since he hasn't been able to, I'm the new source. The secrets are never the problem. That's bullshit. It's what everyone in this town projects. And besides, I said it didn't concern you, and it doesn't. Can't believe you've been spying on me. How fucked up is that?
This is like my number one pet peeve, which is people don't fucking talk. And this happens a lot in this show. And I didn't realize how much I didn't like this until literally right now. I don't like this. I don't like that Hannah...
33 years into the past, or 33 years into the future.
I don't like that Hannah has this knowledge. Because I don't like Hannah. For obvious reasons.
I want you to see for yourself. With your own eyes.
Are you gonna send Hannah into the past / future?
Dad's secret, I mean.
He's gonna take Hannah into the past, see that she fucked Mikkel, and then Hannah's gonna lose the, like, final bit of sanity she seems to have. And she's just gonna kill everyone.
There's someone waiting in your office.
Oh! I was not expecting this! I was not expecting this! Okay, I'm so in!
Is she yours? She looks like the dog I had as a little girl.
Gretchen.
How'd you know that?
Do you have
Because it's my
heterochromia?
dog. Just like it is
Did
yours.
I not realize that? Yeah, she has heterochromia! That is the dead giveaway. Look at your eyes. I didn't realize she had heterochromia. This is the perfect moment to realize that. Holy shit.
So it's already spread.
Okay, what are we talking about? Do you have cancer, my dude? I mean, Regina has cancer, so it would make it would make sense for him to have cancer.
Why not through the forest?
but I remember.
Being on your side of things. I remember this conversation, but from the other
This
side.
exact moment.
Yes.
Herman and Kowalczyk. Our secretary will approach the desk there. She'll fan her face on the way. Watch Kowalczyk. He's about to drop his pen.
What's this all about?
It happened to me. All you have experienced, all you've ever been. I am you. And I was told by me that you and I are the same person.
And this dog is our dog.
This is Gretchen. The day she ran into the caves, I was there waiting for her. Knew me as if I hadn't aged a day. I made sure she would find you on the other side.
The cave. Everything last summer. There was something else.
I want to know what the fuck is the deal with this future. Because I don't get the... I am not being given the whole picture. Okay. So he's doing this on purpose. I'm not sure why. To bring happiness to the future. Nah. That looks like a death squad if I've seen one. Well, here's the thing. Jonas can do all of this because he knows he's literally invincible. He knows that he won't die no matter what. Because he has to get to the point where he's old. Well, I'm not sure if Jonas thinks that way, but I keep saying it because that's literally the case. That's how it is. He might get caught. Like, that's the thing. Is that we know he survives, but he can still get caught. It's water. Maybe? It is water. He's stealing supplies.
This book we're reading in school right now, it's about
Regina Alexander?
the ghosts and demons we inherit from
Yeah,
our parents. And the ones we pass on.
Last year, a man came to the hotel. These are his
Yes.
things.
And they're all weird as shit. Oh, he left that stuff
He
intentionally.
wanted a room.
A lot of weird shit was covering the
When
walls.
he left, he asked me to deliver a package for him.
To whom?
Jonas Kanwalt.
Himself. Yeah, they're gonna time travel. Holy shit, they're gonna go to 86.
Why are we here?
Because this is the time travel.
Safer to travel from here.
Safe, okay. Like, that's what I wanted to know, the rules. The specifics. Oh, they use Ulrich's phone. They need to use Ulrich's phone. It was designed with it in mind. He's right there, isn't he? They're gonna walk... Like, they're just gonna, like, walk out of the cave and he's gonna be right there. Oh no, because he knows, of course! He knows about the time travel cave. But this is also gonna be confirmation of, I'm sorry you have to stay, won't it? Fuck you. This is gonna be a fucking meeting.
About God? And how he has a plan for everyone? But what if God doesn't know what he's doing? If the plan is wrong? If God is wrong?
I like that.
God is never wrong. Sometimes we just need faith that things will get better for us again.
I hate this faith shit. That is the worst, most backwards tribal version of religion. The faith is the only thing that is right, and if you don't lack faith, then you die. Oh, he went crazy after he murdered himself. That's how he went crazy.
He said he could change it. That he could change everything. The future and the past.
Yeah, you said that.
The man with the stone.
But that was 30 years ago.
Ulrich said that, yeah.
Nobody could change it. Nobody. Not even the White Devil.
The White Devil? You've talked about all this before. You were just a child.
Tick-tock.
He went crazy after he killed himself.
What is that?
Plutonium.
This is mankind's greatest discovery.
Hmm?
And also its doom. It lets you travel through time.
Ooh.
33 years backwards,
She also has the time machine.
33 years forwards.
Okay. And yeah,
It'll
that's
take
the...
exactly 33 years until the cycle is complete again. In 5 days, everything starts over. You must stop Adam.
Okay. Okay.
Who's Adam?
You don't understand it yet,
You will? Yeah, because she...
but you will soon. You don't have much time with Regina.
Like, no time
But
at
if
all.
everything works out,
Oh, she's gonna see it.
she will live.
She's not gonna... She's gonna see herself travel, but she's not gonna travel herself. Yeah. Okay. So this is what makes her turn into her. Dude, was I right about the fucking metal bars making the things that give him scars in the back? That is the most, like, non-important shit, but okay. Gun. Also, you're immortal. So you can't die. But this is still a bad situation. Yeah, they were waiting for you. They knew what you were doing.
A man was at Regina's hotel. He had some drawings with him. Copies.
What kind of drawings?
They're from the book. The book that my grandfather wrote, Peter. A Journey Through Time. Why did he have that photo? And why didn't he ever say who my parents really were?
You know the rules. Do you think they don't apply to you?
Yeah, they don't. I mean, that can happen.
There is no prophecy! The passage will never open!
Unless you're the Messiah.
Your paradise is nothing but lies! But behind the wall there...
Someone's gonna save him. She's gonna save him. Okay, Elizabeth did. Like I said, blood armor, blood immunity.
And he kidnapped Helga Doppler. Yes. I was wondering, whatever happened to the guy?
Why don't you know?
Yeah.
Is he still alive in a cell?
But he can't still be here. Where?
He's in a mental facility. Oh my god. No, he's in an old person's house, I think. Oh my god, Ulrich's still alive. Ulrich's still fucking alive. Egon was also unbelievably close. To some degree.
The inspector. That's what we call him here. Nice guy. I wasn't even born when he first came. He's like a permanent fixture.
Yeah, oh my god.
He'll be happy to finally have a visitor.
Does he, get day release?
No, that ward is closed.
It is a mental facility. Oh my god.
With a long gray hair.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Both of you at the end of your life, the eldest version of themselves, you're gonna finally
Excuse me, please? I don't know if you recognize me, but...
He recognizes you, motherfucker.
My name is Egon Tiedemann. I arrested you 34 years ago.
Oh my god. He looks like an old wise guru.
Egon Tiedemann.
Please don't murder him. Don't murder each other.
Of course I remember you. My only aim is to take many lives. The more, the better I feel.
This is the song that he said.
I've heard that.
You've heard that twice.
You said those words before.
And then in the song.
What the hell does it mean?
It's the song that the young
you're still
brother...
an idiot who doesn't understand.
Yes!
You don't have much time.
You've heard...
Until you're dead and buried. It was in the papers. Maybe that's your fate. To die as clueless as you were born, you know?
But tell him! You don't need to play this roundabout way.
Everybody gets what they deserve.
You can just tell him. Okay, so... Alright, I like that a lot.
I've been so worried, Mikkel. Something happened?
Yeah, I heard the time travel noise, and then a strange man with a knife approached me, and he talked about God.
Do you believe in God?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he has a plan?
I believe that.
This is nice. It's fucked up, but also nice. Like, the situation is already fucked up. Like, we need niceness in it.
Why didn't she kill you?
Ask her, not me.
Who are you really?
Someone that already met himself.
Tell me now!
Wait, do you know he's from the past or from the future? Like, do you know he's a time traveler? From the past specifically, because you did say welcome to the future. Oh, that is Jonas and Hannah. Oh, she's gonna see Mikkel. Oh, Olgo, Chloe and Egon, you have all the information you need. The song! The song! Yeah, well, this is yeah, fuck this thing. She left something for her. She, in the past, left something for her in the future. Oh, this is so fucking cool. Like, what? The thing about this time machine is that I want to know how... I want to know what is the process of who gets that time machine. Because Claudia has it, Jonas has it. Timehouse has it. Like, it goes from hands to hands, and I don't know which one has it at any given time of its lifetime.
What is that?
She said that it's a portal.
Who?
Regina Tideman.
Tapes of a woman talking. Claudia Tideman.
Claudia, I'm
I know
done.
it sounds crazy, but that could very well be our way to get home.
You're going in?
We're going in.
Whether I die out here or in there doesn't matter.
You're not gonna die, so I would throw a rock in there first.
Jonas!
It's just gonna come right back. Oh, no. Cliffhang me? Yeah, I got cliffhang. Fuck me. Okay, so the coolest thing about this episode was definitely seeing old Ulrich. That was probably the thing that I called. That someone told me that I called. But I just didn't remember what the fuck I said. So that would have been a spoiler if I had remembered. Luckily I didn't. But it's like, come on, like that was bound to happen. Okay, this is time travel storyline 101. This is how time travel shits in any time. This is the way time travel works in any time travel story. Like, come on, step up your game, people. Like, this is something you need to call if you think about it for like a second. So I thought Ulrich was either A, going to die, or he's gonna grow up old, and then we're gonna meet him in 86 for sure. This is a time travel story. This is how you do it. So, alright, I'm glad that came true, because that's the coolest shit. I do really dig his look. He looks like fucking... in a way, he reminds me of Chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And, like, he's not native, and Chief didn't have white hair, I don't think. So I don't know why he reminds me of that, but in a way he does. And I do like... So Ulrich seems to have aged, like, really well. Mentally. I mean, I'm not sure about that. Like, I could be just full of shit. But, like, he seems to have because, okay, so he said very few things. He said the clue of, like, my my goal is to take as many lives as I can. The more, the better I feel. I think that's what the line is. That is the line of a song. And Egon has heard that 3 times. A in 53, 52, 52, 53. A in 53 when he got older for the first time, and that's what he said as a joke, kind of throwaway line. He also mentioned that that would become a song from the 80s that he would really hate. Then he heard it in the 80s when I think that was the song that was playing when he went to like, yeah, he went to Ulrich's house and Ulrich was playing video games. He was playing Contra or some shit, and that was the song that was that you can hear in the background. And he was like, "What is this satanic shit?" And that was the whole thing. I think that was the song. I actually could go back and check, but I'm just gonna assume I'm right. And then he hears it again. Here he is saying it, and Egon doesn't realize it, and it's like, Egon, motherfucker, clue in. But at the same time, it's like Ulrich talk. But like that's my number one thing with this show. It's like everything in the show could be avoided if people just fucking talk to each other. Like I guess that's the main takeaway from the show, just in general, is just fucking talk to each other. Like that's my number one pet peeve that I didn't realize I had. And it's one of the things that I consistently realize that I do unconsciously. But it's like recently I had I got into like an argument with a friend, right? And the thing about it is that after it happened, or as it was happening, and after it happened, some shit was said, and after it happened, I was like, okay, and I tried to express my thoughts, like my thought process, and like what I was thinking, what I thought, how I felt. Like I tried to express all of it, but the other person, my friend, interpreted that as I was in a different meaning, right? He was like, well, you saying that means X, right? He put a second level of thinking after what I said. And my response to that was, no, motherfucker, I'm literally saying what I thought. I'm literally saying what I meant. I'm literally explaining what the thought was, right? And this is the problem. And like, I actually like that Franziska actually said that in a way. Because like, there's 2 problems here with this entire fucking town. Is that A, nobody talks to each other. Everyone just lies and everyone just doesn't say shit. And B, people just assume things instead of talking. And it's like I hate that because I didn't realize how much until recently how essential to me that was. Just talking to people and just expressing understanding. Because like that's the number one thing, is that I think that the number one problem for humanity across time is the fact that we don't understand each other. Understanding is like the only way to go. But the problem is that we are different people, we are different individuals, therefore we can't understand each other because I have a computer here, you have a computer there, and we can't read each other's minds, you know? We need to, the best thing we can do is try to express things to the best of our ability and try to explain everything from like my point of view so you can see it, and then you express everything from your side so then I can see it, and then we can get to a spot here in the middle, right? Because like everything we think or feel or hear or see or whatever comes from an own individual's brain and perception, right? So everything that you hear or see, this is the point for like every single like internet argument or every argument ever, every discussion, everything. It's just people coming from their own like mind and like saying everything that comes through them as they see it and as they feel it, as they think it, and the other person is doing the same thing, and they never meet in the middle because they're both just spewing their own perception of the situation instead of actually trying to be like, okay. This is my perception, and I'm not trying to create a discussion. I'm just explaining it so you can understand it. Now you explain yours to me so that I can understand it, and then we can try and figure it out what happens in the middle, right? Because like that's the thing. The only thing we can do is to literally just explain my perception, explain your perception, and then we can figure shit out. Like that's the best thing we can possibly do. And I didn't realize until very recently how much I hate when people don't do that. And like I was like recently, I think yesterday I was out with like my mom and my sister, and I realized that my sister is the kind of person that she doesn't say. She gets upset or tired or done with shit, and then she doesn't talk. And then she just leaves, and she gets upset, and then a whole fight happens, and it's like, well, you must have known that I whatever, right? And it's like, no, bitch, because you haven't talked. Like, and my mom and my sister fight consistently because of it, and it's because none of them actually express their own thoughts to each other or like explain it. And they all perceive things from their own own view, or like it's difficult to explain this, especially if it's not my main language, right? But it's like this went really deep into like psychological shit, or like sociological even, but it's like whatever. So it's like everyone comes from their own point of view, from their own perception, from their own mind. Every thought they have from their own brain, that's what they say, that's what they feel, that's what they think, that's what they perceive. You can't do the same for the other person. And a lot of people like to think that they can assume that they know what the other person is going to say, or the other person is thinking, or like they are like, oh, I can read people. And I, in a way, I was kind of like that a while ago, years ago. I was like, I can read people. I'm pretty good at doing that. And I think I'm good at like trying to read emotions of people, or like, oh, is something the matter? But I think it's mostly because if you know someone really well, then you can catch that, right? But I think it's like people like to think that they can do that, but the only thing you can do, like the best thing you can do, the more mature thing you can do, is to literally just talk and just say what's on your mind and explain it, and like try not being snarky, not being like trying to make a sarcastic comment or anything, or just trying to explain shit in a roundabout way, or just meaning something different than what you meant. Just explain your thoughts, and then we can move on from there. That's it. Like, we just need to get the information on the table, and then we can figure shit out. That's what we need to do. And the main problem in this fucking show that I realized, in episode 1, right? Episode 1 was called Secrets, I think. Or episode 2, I don't remember. One of the episodes was just Secrets. And it's like, yeah, that's... everyone in this town is just fucked. So, yeah, and like... But in this episode... And yeah, I went from the Ulrich Egon then, because Ulrich literally just said the lines from the song, and yes, that is enough information for Egon to clue in. The problem is that he could have literally just said, my name is Ulrich Nielsen. I time travel from 2019 to 53 to like a time portal, whatever, that is on a cave. Then you caught me in 53 and I got stuck there until right now. But the kid that you threw in jail was me. And the clue was the lines of the song that I said in the past, and now in the present it happened again, and now I said it again. So just nail down even deeper what the situation is. So for the fuck's sake, clue in, right? So that's something Ulrich could have literally said. And given, Egon would probably have been like, fuck you. Like, you're crazy. You're in a crazy person's place, so fuck you. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. But the clues are there, so Egon would have probably gone home and went like, no, well, is it Wretch and the dog? And then he would have clued in. not immediately, but eventually, if Ulrich had just said it. But that's the thing, is that Ulrich didn't, and it's like, fucking, why don't you say things? Given, I will cut Ulrich some slack, because he's not someone that is trying to keep secret, he's just being mysterious, even though we don't need mysterious people, but he is being mysterious in a way that it's like, he said, if you don't get it, then maybe you're just not fated to get it. Like, maybe you're just fated to die as clueless as you were born. Something like that. And he was like, the last thing he said, I believe, was like, everyone gets what they deserve. And I like that line, because that also tells me a lot about Ulrich. Because he says everyone gets what they deserve. And then he goes back into just playing chess with himself in this like table in this in this like crazy people's home, essentially. And it's just like, this is what Ulrich feels what he deserves. That also, like, that tells me about Ulrich's character. And like, that makes sense, because we know that Ulrich fucking hated himself in the future, in 2019, during season 1, because he was like, I'm a failure, I cheat on my wife, my son is missing, there's nothing I can do, I'm a dumbass, you know? And he was like, in a way, he compared himself to Egon at some point. He was like, I hated Egon Tideman because of all this shit, and look at me. I'm the same thing, you know? And it's like, I like that, because that proves that Ulrich fucking hated himself, and he was like, I deserve punishment. And then he got it, and he was like, this is what I deserve, you know? Like, I don't know if I ever got to save my son or whatever, but in the end, this is what I get. And I'm fucked up. This is what I deserve, in a way. So I like that. It seems that he has adopted some kind of belief system that is based off of that, of like, people get what they deserve. Me being the proof, right? So I do like that. I do like the character of old Ulrich. So I like that we actually got that. I'm glad I was right about that one. So, okay, we spent like, I don't know, like half an hour talking about like fucking the social construct of thoughts and perception of everything. Something fell and made a lot of noise. I'm sorry, it was a coin. Hi. I got a coin. Hey, look at me. Sun. That's not gonna focus. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's talk about... Okay, so I thought... Okay, two things I thought about that I'm not sure if any of them are true. Maybe I should be talking about the things that are true before the ones that I don't. But like, okay, Charlotte found the picture that Tannhaus had of Noah and other people, and it's like, okay, why did Tannhaus had that picture? Like, that was the question, and that was an answer until right now, when it also was an answer, but it could have been. And I'm thinking, because Charlotte said, why did he never tell me who my parents were? And it's like, okay, that is a plot point. That is a character telling me, hey, this is a mystery that we're going to resolve. Therefore, I should be able to throw wild theories out there. And I don't think it's very even wild. I'm pretty sure Charlotte's dad is Noah. Because we have a picture of your grandpa had a picture of Noah. So, was Noah Tannhaus' son? Or Tannhaus had a daughter and then Noah married her, but no. And he got like a picture of the both of them. I don't know, there were a lot of pictures. There were a lot of people in that picture. I thought it was like a cult picture, but it might have been like a church picture. I don't know, but Noah was there. That's what matters. So I'm thinking like, okay, Noah's Tannhaus' son. Tannhaus might have had a son, or maybe he adopted one, or whatever. Then they went missing, which would kind of make sense if they were recruited into the cult or whatever. At least Noah was. And then Charlotte happened, right? And she just grew up with Tannhaus, and that was it. So, yeah, like Noah being Charlotte's dad, I'm pretty sure that one is I'm pretty sure that one is heavily implied. Because it's like that picture, and then she said, "Why did he never tell me who my parents were?" So it's like, okay, two questions kind of answer the other one, right? That kind of answer each other. So there's definitely some more Tannhaus shit that I want to know, more Noah shit that I want to know, but that's it. The other thing I wanted to say is, I'm not sure if this is the way it goes, because, okay, hear me out. So, this entire time, I was under the impression that they knew that he was Jonas Kangwall and that he came from the past. Because when he showed up, this girl just, like, said, "Welcome to the future," and hit him. And I was like, okay, so they know time travel's real, whatever. And I had a whole talk about it in the end of season 1, right? But I got a comment on that video, because that went public this weekend. And someone said, "Yeah, I don't know why she said that. Like, I don't know why she said that." And I thought, oh, so that's just a plot hole then. that is just, okay. Like, I don't mind it, by the way. Plot holes aren't inherently bad. Actually, the media that I like the most are the ones that have a lot of plot holes. Like JoJo and Doctor Who. Because the thing about those shows is that they are so fun that I don't give a shit, right? So I don't mind if Dark has a plot hole. I'm not sure if that is one, by the way. Like, I'm just saying that because this is what I think happened. Because in this episode, the girl in the future, I'm not sure her. I don't know if she has a name. Maybe she has one. I just didn't pick up on it. But she, the girl that is with Jonas, she was like, why? Okay, no. So first of all, they caught Jonas getting inside of the plant and the nuclear facility, right? And they were to execute him like they do with everyone else, and then they didn't. And the reason why they didn't is because I believe she's the leader. I believe she's the leader of the gang, Elizabeth. Elizabeth actually changed her mind and shot at the rope and walked away and saved them, right? And then Elizabeth went like, "Why did she save you?" And now I'm thinking the same thing. And now I'm like, okay, now that you ask the question, that means that there is an answer. And since there is an answer, that means, okay, I think I know the answer. And the answer is because Elizabeth knows that he is Jonas Kangwall and then he time traveled. That's the only reason why I can think that she saved him. Because she looked at him, she looked sad, and it's like, she's a heartless bitch in the future. Like, she has murdered tons of people. We see bodies just hang up, just all over the place. Why would she have compassion for this one random kid? Unless she knows that he is Jonas Kangwall and that he time traveled from 2019. Because she was alive at the time. She knew him. She was her neighbor. So, of course she knew him. Like, we haven't got scenes with the both of them, but she probably knew him. Like, at the very least, she would remember the newspaper being like, "Jonas Kangwall missing." Like, at least she would remember that. So, I'm thinking that she realized, oh shit, he time traveled. This is the way out, right? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But if that's true, then it becomes a plot hole. The fact that the girl said at the end of season 1, "Welcome to the future." And it's like, that is... If that is a plot hole, here's the thing, is that plot holes, to me, aren't inherently bad, but it is very weird in this show where everything matters. Because this is a show where everything is just fucking sealed tight. Like, everything, you pay attention to the smallest of details, and that matters. That means something, right? So, the fact that we have a clear, like, plot hole like that, it's weird. It because I didn't think it was one. Because I thought it was a whole thing. It mattered. But then it turns out that it didn't. It was just there for effect. Like, that's it. It's like, where am I? Welcome to the future. Boom. Dark season 2. We go to the future. You know, shit like that. That makes sense. It's a TV show. It's a Netflix show after all. Like, you want to have the audience hooked in. You want the drama. You want all that shit, you know? So that line was thrown in there just for the impact, just for the drama, even if it's obvious. It's there for that reason. But it is weird because that creates a plot hole in the future. Maybe they didn't plan that ahead. Well, no, fuck that. Because this show is about planning ahead. This show is unbelievably smart about all the shit that they do. So yeah, that's that. So if what I said is true about Elizabeth, realizing that he's Jonas and he's from the future, then that would be a plot hole. So I believe that that's what happens. That's why she saved them. Because because the girl was like, "Who are you? Why did she save you?" And it's like, I'm Jonas Conwell and I time travel. And it's like, yep. And it seems like he is probably gonna be their messiah of some sort. Because everyone is like, we gonna time travel, we're gonna save everything, right? Dude, now every scene we have with Jonas has like no stakes. Because I keep seeing scenes with Jonas in the future being like, oh, is he gonna get caught by the Raiders? Is he gonna get caught by the Death Squad? Is he gonna succeed in getting the water? Is he gonna succeed in sneaking in and sneaking out? Is he gonna get executed? And it's like, no, he's not. Like, he's gonna be fine. We know he's gonna be fine. Like, we literally know. So all of those scenes lose tension. The dude do a good job at showing us what the fuck is the future is like. All that shit is like. Okay, two more things I actually forgot about because this episode has so much shit in it. Claudia and Claudia. Claudia meet Claudia. Fuck, dude. That was relatively early in the episode. I was like, wow, really? So, Claudia 2052. I actually don't remember which one is which at this point because 52 and 53 are too close to each other. I don't know which one is which. Fuck it. I'm just not going to worry about it anymore. Claudia 53. I'm going to flip-flop between one and the other. Claudia 53. Claudia 53 is all over the place, right? She's all over the place. She is at every moment that she can because she has a time machine, so she can do it whatever she fucking wants. But Claudia 53 went and met Claudia 87. So 87 Claudia is like, and I actually didn't realize this until right now. Claudia has heterochromia. Claudia has different color eyes. One of them is like brown and the other one is blue. I didn't realize this. But that is the dead giveaway that is yourself. And they actually didn't make a big deal out of it. But you see it. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that. But holy shit, that's so good. Because it's like you're meeting yourself. And this is the proof, bitch. Like, I'm you. That is our dog. She time traveled to here as I time travel from then to now. And you're gonna time travel to then, so then I can travel from that to now. Of course she didn't say that, but I like that a lot because I do like all of these meetings with your own self. And then you just tell yourself, I'm you. And some shit's gonna go down. You know? And I feel like Claudia should have told herself like more info, but then it's like, well, she doesn't have the freedom to do so. Because she can only tell herself what she remembers she told herself. Causal loop. Like, causal loop is the shit, dude. Like, I love this causal loop shit. Like, this show is like one of the best shows at showing causal loop. It's awesome. I love this shit. I love this time travel shit. And I love this meeting your future self shit. I was so into the scene with Jonas talking to Jonas. As I am with the scene of Claudia talking to Claudia. You know? Egon talking to Ulrich is like the second best. It's really fucking good. So yeah, I guess... Dude, that was so sick. And the other... Okay, so older Claudia is the one that recruits younger Claudia into start her journey. And she's gonna doom herself into going into the future to live in the post-apocalyptic world. That sucks. But ultimately, she told herself, we're doing this, you must stop Adam. You have to stop Adam. Right? And she's like, we're doing this, and like, you don't have a lot of time left with Regina. But if we do this right, she'll be safe. That's what she said. And it's like, Wait, what does she'll be safe mean? Because Regina's gonna die of cancer. Because like, that's the thing, is that Regina is either A, gonna blow up in the apocalypse, or B, die of cancer. Like, there is no way out. Regina's dead. So it's like, is she referring to younger Regina? Like, she's gonna make it to old age and then die in the apocalypse. Or are we gonna, like, somehow, like, save her by, like, throwing her into the life force of the nuclear thing? No, this is getting too stupid. This is too stupid of a theory. So I'm not even gonna go there. But that is the way I was going with my brain. So yeah, there you go. We got confirmation that Claudia is fighting Adam. Okay. We don't know anything about any of them yet, so we don't know what the implications of that are, except that there are two groups, but we kind of knew that already. Yes, old Jonas in 2019, took Hannah back in time to 87 so she could see Mikkel and realize that she's been fucking Ulrich, who is Mikkel's dad, which is your husband's dad. Yeah, Hannah, your entire life is fucked up. And like, I said this during the reaction, is that I'm not sure if this is a good thing. I think Jonas has the right idea, in the sense that Jonas says, like, okay, the problem with this fucking town is that nobody talks to each other. So I'm just gonna start being crystal clear and just making you understand and just showing you and everything. And I do like that. The problem is that Hannah is a psycho. Or a socio, specifically. Like, people have literally linked me the Wikipedia article to sociopath. Being like, hey, do any of these sound familiar to Hannah? And I'm like, yes, I know. Hannah's a sociopath. I am aware of this. I got the clues from watching this show. She's fucking nuts. So, the fact that Hannah knows this is like, what is she going to do with this information? Because this is fucked. Everything here is fucked. And the thing is that Hannah is crazy. And she's been dealing with even crazier shit because her husband died. She's been fucking this other dude. Then it turns out that that dude is the kid's dad. Your kid went missing. Then he shows up again, but he's in his 40s. 50, maybe even 50. And he says it's time travel, and you're never going to see the young version again, probably. Well, maybe she will. She never said that you wouldn't see him before. She said he's in the future right now. Hannah has one thread of sanity left before she literally just grabs her gun and goes on a shooting spree, killing people, killing fucking children at the school, whatever. Just going full crazy. Just fucking nuts. No sanity left. She was hanging by a thread. Jonas might have fucked that up and now she's gone. She might just be gone from now on. So that could be a thing, and I'm worried about that because she does have a gun. That gun's still there. Hasn't come into play yet, but it will. So we have that. There was something I wanted to say. I forgot about it. Oh yeah. At the end of the episode, Jonas walks into the orb sphere, whatever. And I'm like, why didn't he do that before and he did it only now? Because he was literally there before. Why is he doing it now? And it's like, well, I don't know. But whatever. He just decided to do it. So he walked into the orb. And the thing about it is that we know that Jonas is literally invincible. He has blood armor. Because he can die. Because we know that his future self is alive. So he can't die right now. So everything that we do with Jonas, it's like, I know he's gonna be okay. But I don't know what he's gonna be up to. Sorry, there was a hard cut there, and I'm not sure how everything works now. Hopefully everything will look fine, and hear fine, and everything's gonna be fine. But yeah. What's the last thing I was talking about? Yeah, I was worried that Hannah's just gonna go crazy now, and she's just gonna go and kill everyone with a gun. Can she cause the apocalypse? She could. she could definitely cause it. She can definitely cause everything to blow up. Like, I'm not sure how, but through like a convoluted series of shit, she's gonna grab her gun and just go to the power plant and just kill everyone, and something's gonna happen and everything's gonna blow up. That could be a thing, because like, if I understand something correctly, is that everyone in the dark community hates Hannah. Like, everyone just talks about how fucked up Hannah is and how unlikable she is, I feel like. So, I get the feeling Hannah's gonna do something. Like, that's it. And this is meta theorizing, me using information from outside the world. But fuck it. Like, that's what I get from all of these people, and that's the vibe I get. Is that Hannah's just gonna go and kill everyone, somehow. So, that could be a thing. She's gonna do something fucked up, but the fact that she has a gun, it's like concerning. Anything else? Claudia left the time machine to 86 Claudia. So 2019 Claudia left the time machine to 86 Claudia. It's like, okay, 86 Claudia, or 87 Claudia, I guess, is gonna go on a journey. And this is the beginning of it. And old Claudia even said, you don't have a lot of time left with Regina. So that sucks. I'm just skimming through the episode real quick, seeing if there's anything it's worth talking about that I want to talk about. Like, Mikkel, we saw a lot of Mikkel, that was fun. We saw Ines, whatever, just like fucking taking care of him, and she was super nice, so it's like, yeah, she has a nice mom. They use Ulrich's phone for the time machine still. They use Ulrich's phone specifically. Like, Ulrich actually made the time machine in a way with his phone by leaving his 2019 phone in 53. Like, when it happened, I was like, that is the one thing as a time traveler you can't forget in 53 or 52. Yeah, 52. That is the one thing you can't forget about, because fuck, it's your 2019 phone. There's like 70 years of technology hidden, just like packed in there. And Tannhaus repurposed that for a time machine. Of course it did. Like the specifics is stupid as shit, but it does work. So it's like, Jesus, like, the fact that he's still using his phone, it's like, yeah, Ulrich was instrumental in all of this happening. Instrumental. Yeah, like, Jonas fucking with that, like, God particle morphing thing, blob. It's like, Jonas, you're like 16, 17 years old. Like, I don't know if you would be able to actually do anything with that. Like, there's bigger chances of it just fucking blowing up and killing everybody. But at the same time, you have blood immunity, so might as well just fuck around with it, wouldn't it? Like, everything's gonna be fine. Well, we don't know that, but, you know. Yeah. And I think that's it for the episode. Like, I don't think anything else happens in it. Like, a lot happened in it. To be honest, like, a lot happened in it. This discussion is gonna be somewhat long. I don't know if it's gonna be an hour and a half long, but it's gonna be long. So yeah. That was an episode. Alright, everybody. Thank you so much for checking this dark reaction. If you would like to see more, next episode as well as full length is already up on Patreon. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links in the description, the gaming channel, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Take care.